Shipping sports cards is no joke. Packages are getting stolen all the time, even by our own US Postal Service. It's so bad that PSA has to disguise their return packages to say something like, "Hey, this is Bob from California." Let me walk you through the carriers that I use to minimize hassle, minimize risk, and up the chances that your card will actually get to its destination. Before we dive in, I want to share something that happened to me. It screwed me out of a multi-thousand-dollar card, caused a ton of hassle, and there were ways to avoid it. And I want to share this because I don't want you guys to make the same mistake. So check out this package behind me. I had an expensive card coming to me. I'll show you what it is in a minute. It was coming from PSA, and my buddy works at UPS. He calls this the oh shit package. Basically, you drop it and run when you're at a house. It's a package within a package, because the original package has been damaged so badly, it needs to be packed in another box. So I got this really pristine looking box, and inside was this fragile box, which we probably remember from a year or two ago. You couldn't smash that thing if you were an elephant. Inside this box was a pancake, an absolute pancake. Look at this thing. It was squished to about an inch. And inside this is a very expensive card. Again, I'll show you in a minute what it looked like. And it's crazy. You know, it was packed correctly. Everything was done right. But UPS apparently ran over it with a tank. So check out the card. This is a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar rookie card. At the time, a couple years ago, he wasn't very publicly signing his full name. It was a 5.9 on its way back to me. So, you know, a $1,000 card at the time. Maybe not so much now as prices have come down. But the crazy thing is, look at this slab. It actually survived. It had cracks all over it. And it was fun. I had to call PSA customer service because they were shipping back to me. And I insured this for a significant amount of money. And I went to go to UPS and I said, "Here's the insurance. I'd like my money back." They wanted me to take pictures of all the packaging. I took pictures of everything. It was packed perfectly. And I sent it to them, and they just denied it on a whim. And that's when I found out that UPS doesn't actually offer insurance. They can't legally call it insurance. They said that this is more of a value declaration than insurance. And this was officially the last time I used UPS for anything. So, all right, UPS is off the list. Who do you use, and how do you keep your stuff safe? Unless you're flying there yourself with your package in your hands, honestly, there's really only two answers to this question. It's the US Postal Service and it's FedEx, but both of them have their issues. The Postal Service is less likely to steal your stuff because they're federal workers. They have significant pension plans, a great salary, a great job, and they're not going to throw that away even for a $100,000 card. It's just too costly. They could lose millions of dollars. So most of the time, the Postal Service is safe. Yet, at least 1 in every 20 packages of mine get lost for a few weeks. So they're not exactly the most timely. And the insurance they offer isn't the greatest amount. So you can do $5,000 on a regular package. You can do $50,000 on a registered mail package, but registered mail, that can take I had a registered mail package once. It took almost 3 months to get there because they're just, what it has to go through at every stage is insane. So that's what I do most of the time because it comes to my mailbox. I can print the label at home. I don't actually have to go to a store and, do a pickup or, something like that. It just comes to my house and here you go. Unless it's a card that's even more value than $50,000, or I just want a little bit more reliability, then I go to FedEx. FedEx is solid, especially if you 2-day or overnight this thing. It's not going to get stolen. They have a great track record. I haven't actually heard much about FedEx packages being messed with. The issue with UPS is that if it's ground, they actually contract out some of the ground service to just random third parties that have no stake in the game. And if they see a package that says, PSA on it, which you can't even do anymore, you have to say CU receiving, but it doesn't take a genius to realize that the UPS driver is going to realize CU receiving still means PSA. So you have to be careful. Again, just don't even use UPS if you're going to overnight it or 2-day it, because there's just less hands and less time to have something messed with. So FedEx is great if you want it done fast and reliably. Most of the time, their stuff doesn't get lost. They're a very good company to work with. Before you guys take off, I want to share a shipping trick that has saved me hundreds of dollars and probably hundreds of hours as well. It's called Pirate Ship. Amazing website. Let me walk you through how to use it. This has quite literally saved me hundreds of dollars, possibly even thousands. It's called Pirate Ship, and it allows you to access the bulk rates for the Postal Service. You can access UPS, but I just spent the entire video telling you to not ship UPS, so ignore that section. But I'll show you anyway if you want to use them. You can do both on this website, and it's amazing. You save about 30 or 40% on the typical shipping costs, similar to eBay's bulk rate, but you don't have to do it through eBay. And it's pretty awesome with the ability to save addresses, pick different package types and all of that. You're going to love it. It's going to save you time and it's going to save you money. So check it out. Before I show you how to print a label, check out these cool reports in the tab. So I've saved $600. So I wasn't lying. It's not quite 1,000, but pretty damn close. This tells you what you've paid, tells you the average cost. But down here, it's really cool. It kind of shows you how you've spread out your packages over time. Might not need to know this, but I think it's interesting to see like what zones you send to more often. You know, I'm sending a lot to California, obviously PSAs in California, especially for tax time at the end of the year. This is super helpful. I just print this report, hand it to my CPA, and they do all the magic. Let's pretend you want to ship to John Smith. You just type in the information. After you do this one time, it's saved forever. So you could type like JOH and then boom, it'll populate it for you, which is awesome. That also saves me time. If you go on the Postal Service's version of this website, it sucks. Like it doesn't save anything very well. It's clunky. It takes like 10 times the time. This website's just so much better. And you're going to see how cool it is when you pick the packages in a minute. All right, so here we are. Let's just say we've got a box that's, 9 by 7 by 6 and it weighs, I don't know, 3 pounds and 5 ounces, something like that. Okay. So you hit the get rate button. You can do, the hazardous materials, and you could also do signature confirmation. You can pick insurance here. They actually use a third party, so you can go above and beyond the Postal Service's typical insurance, which is pretty awesome. So we hit get rates, and here we go. This is what it's going to cost to ship to John Smith, Quincy, Mass. Stay away from UPS. For another 20 cents, you can send U.S. Postal Service and it will come to your mailbox. So I'd recommend that. $100 of insurance is included. There's obviously different speeds if you need to get things there, a certain way. Next day air is 51 for this package. So let's just say we're going to do the cubic rate and then boom, buy the label and you're done. If you guys like this, I've actually got a video I've linked at the end here with the CEO of PSA. We asked him about a ton of things, and some of them actually included shipping changes, combining SGC into their registry. I think you guys will enjoy it, so check it out. And again, if you got any value out of this video, I would very humbly appreciate a subscribe. It would be amazing. Love to have you on the channel. Thanks, everyone.